Hi everybody and a warm welcome to our Wave Italy Professional Training Center. Passion, full dedication, professional competence are the key points that move me and my team day by day in the effort to deliver the best driving simulation experience. As many of you already know, our technical and R&D headquarters is in Maranello, the famous land of motorsport. But today we are in our location in Verona, where we created a new proposal for the training of professional pilots.
Nice to meet you. I am a professional racing driver and professional coach. I was kart world champion in endurance series, and I race and test many different racing cars, including Ferrari Formula 1. I have been working with simulators for years to improve my technique and to train a lot of talented drivers. Now I tell you what we can do for you. Here we have two professional simulators that can work together, so I can help you to simulate some different racing situations, as the start, overtaking different parts of the circuit, how to defend your position, and the most important, how to be consistent under pressure. With our know-how, we have developed the physical model of the vehicles with maximum accuracy. With this training, you will improve your skills and your sensibility. Our tracks are in laser scan, and we also develop the different weather conditions. We can also work together with our live telemetry. I can watch many data and channels and tell you immediately what is fine and what you have to do better. You can train every day, and I look forward to passing you all my experience to help reach your best results. Remember, great results need hard training. I am ready, and you?
Okay then, thanks for your attention. We are ready to welcome you here. We do our best to have the champion of today and tomorrow. Ciao and see you soon.
I know you've got a secret, like a child you wanna keep it, but your shiny eyes reveal the simple truth.
For only €5 a month, experience every high-definition moment on your TV, tablet, phone or PC. Great teams, great moments, and so much more. TSN from Melita is your ticket to stay in the game. Visit melita.com/sports.
A warm welcome, everybody, to the World Pro Racing Wave Italy V8 Championship. My name is Felix van Delft. I will be your commentator tonight. Of course, also on the cameras, doing the broadcast as usual. We have Justin Mifsud and also our beautiful race director, Adrian Figallo, is here with us today. So the V8 Supercar Championship here, sponsored by Wave Italy, is going to be 7 rounds long. Today we're driving the first round around the beautiful track of Donington Park. The GP track is around 4 kilometers long, with 12 rather tricky corners for the drivers to navigate. The drivers that have qualified, a grand total of 20 drivers, will be challenging the championship, this track, with this car. They will be challenging themselves to get a beautiful set of pedals from our sponsor Wave Italy, which can be worth or is worth around €1,500. So definitely something that these drivers would like to win. The Wave Impetus Sim Pedals Pro. Definitely check them out if you don't know about Wave Italy. They make some very nice products. And these drivers will be driving their best to try and win these pedals. The official practice session has just started, so we will be keeping an eye out on what these drivers will be doing on track just in this practice session. Practice session will be 10 minutes long. After that, we have a 10-minute qualifying session, and after that, we will have two 20-minute races in which the drivers will battle on the track. All right, so the championship, like I mentioned, will be 7 races long. Today the first one, of course, then we have a small break until after all the holidays. After the new year, the 7th of December is going to be the next round, which is going to be Albert Park. And then we will be continuing into Barbagallo. Before the second race, by the way, today there will also be a qualifying session, so also 10 minutes like we have before the first race. So we have 2 races basically here at Donington Park. So our 4th race in the championship will be at Phillip Island, then after that Mosport, after that Sandown International Motor Raceway and Bathurst. A bit longer endurance race is that going to be. 90 minutes of endurance around Bathurst, which is going to be exciting, but that's the last round. Let's start off with the first round first here at Donington Park as we have a look at the drivers on the track. At the moment, Nathan Mifsud trying to navigate the track. Donington Park can be quite tricky, especially with these kind of supercars, which have almost 700, a bit less than 700 brake horsepower on the rear wheels. Not that heavy as well, 1,400 kilograms. So they can be a bit of a handful to handle here. As you can see, Nathan Mifsud trying to keep the car pointed in the right direction through some of these corners. Car in front of him getting out of the way there. Fastest time in the practice session at the moment, as nobody has really done a lap yet, so it's not much to say, but we had a 1 minute 27 done earlier. Let's see what Nathan Mifsud was able to do here coming into the Melbourne hairpin. Tricky to get the car turned in enough. Then the exit is important, of course, as you want as much speed down this little straight in between the hairpins. Last corner of the track as you come onto the start-finish straight. Braking hard into the first corner. That last lap was a 1:30.5 from him. So nice driving. Especially the first couple of corners through this track can be quite tricky as he comes through the twisty bit, as I'd like to call it here. As it goes downhill quite a lot, it is easy to get the car unsettled because you lose the load on the tires, of course, as you drop down. And we see there a big lockup from Nathan. That's of course what you want to avoid during your qualifying session. You don't want to heat up the tires too much. You want to keep the balance in the car. At the moment, fastest driver in the session is Gerard Martinez with a 1 minute 28.6. Quite a quick time there. Ross McFarlane not too far off at the moment, about 4/10, but he is improving on his time as well. All the drivers, of course, getting ready for that qualifying session after this practice session. 10 minutes is not too much time. I'd reckon with a 1 minute 28 lap time, each driver will be able to do about 5, maybe 6 qualifying laps, which of course is not too much. So you have to make sure you do the best laps in the and make the least mistakes, of course. You see Ross McFarlane actually did a 1:27.8 at that time. Was with a track cut, I believe, so that is not valid at the moment. But we can see at the moment the quicker drivers of this field starting to show. Gerhard Martinez and Ross McFarlane battling it off. Dean Vella, of course, also not too far off. And behind him, Dominic Holmes being competitive. Well, then a little bit of a bigger gap to Nathan Mifsud. Like I said, 20 drivers in this championship. First round is always trying to see who are the drivers that are going to be competitive throughout this championship. Gerhard Martinez in a little bit of traffic here. A lot of cars close together on the track at the moment. They're turning it in for the Melbourne hairpin there. Still this other car in front of him. Of course, you would like to have a clean lap. As we see, somebody spun around there in the final corner. Actually, if that was Adam Pinches. Gerhard, you can see him trying to find a way around this car in front of him. Already, maybe trying to find a place to get past, but he parks it alongside the track to try something else. Go back to the pits and go back out in a different spot on the track, of course. As Ross McFarlane has actually now improved and gone to the top spot of the session with a 1:28.19. Sorry, and at the moment he's actually still improving on his time as he goes purple in the second sector. So Ross McFarlane showing his pace at the moment, coming around the last corner onto the start-finish straight. And indeed improves on the lap time that he did before, 1:27.9 now. Quicker time starting to come in. With about 2 minutes left in this practice session. Ross driving very hard on the limit there. Using the curbs quite a lot. You can see the car probably rotating a little bit more on the inside curbs. But of course you want to be careful. Donington Park has a lot of grass. If you touch that grass, you're most definitely not going to get a quicker lap time. Braking hard for the Melbourne hairpin. Ooh, a bit of a lock up there. And going wide. That won't help your lap time, of course. And in the meantime, Daniel Streemer has actually gone quicker. Not by much, though. Only 35 thousandths of a second quicker than Ross McFarlane at the moment. Great job from him. Looking very competitive at the moment, this field. Especially between the top three. As Daniel is now starting another lap. Ooh, as another car in front of him almost collects him on the grass there. Still able to continue. Down the hill. Turning it in nicely for the old hairpin. Then up to Starkey's Bridge. Turn 5 and 6. All flat out this part. Then into the brakes. A bit of a long right-hander. Want to stay close to the inside. Then Koppis, a bit of the same thing. To not go too wide on the exit because you will compromise your straight line speed then. Down the Starkey straight. Coming into the SS, you want to take as much speed as possible through this part. Down to third gear he goes. Back onto the power, of course. And again braking hard for turn 11. Turning it in nicely. Have to be careful on the exit. Don't want to get too much wheel spin to lose the acceleration. Then turn 12. Same thing, you want to get the exit just right. He short shifted there a little bit. Up to second to get a good exit. His lap time, of course, wasn't quite representative because he had that back marker in front of him into turn 1. But his sector 3, that last lap, was actually purple of the session. So definitely showing the pace at the moment. Bit further down the field at the moment in P18 we also have Adam Pinches as practice is now actually over, so drivers will be finishing up their last meters on this track as we switch to the qualifying session. Like I said, 10 minutes long. Drivers have done all their preparation that they could and will now be challenging themselves for 10 minutes long. These cars, these V8 supercars, have 2 sets of tires, the soft and the super soft tire. Now, I would be imagining that during the qualifying session, all the drivers will be using the quickest tire, which obviously would be the super soft tire. And perhaps in the race, people trying different strategies by choosing the harder compound tires or the soft tire to actually have a bit more grip at the end of the race compared to the beginning of the race. As we await for the qualifying session to begin, just having a quick look at the lap times through that we had in the practice session. So Daniel Stramer was the quickest there with a 127.94, and Ross McFarlane very close behind him with a 127.97. Then a bit of a bigger gap to Gerard Martinez with a 128.5, and then Sheldon Muscat, Luca Ragusa behind him, Dean Vella in 6th, Nathan Mifsud in 7th, Dominic Holmes in 8th, Josh Martin in 9th, and Chris Vella topping out the top 10 with about 2 seconds slower than Daniel in P1 at the moment. Everybody now getting ready. In 10 seconds, all the cars will be allowed to start their qualifying laps. Now, of course, everybody wants to find a gap to have a clean lap. As the cars are now out onto the track. Very busy, of course, coming out of the pit lane. But he wants to set the lap time as soon as possible, as there's only 10 minutes time. Relatively short. I believe Dean Vella is the first driver of this queue, so he will be the first one that's allowed to set a lap time. So let's keep an eye out on him. on his outline, trying to warm the tires, of course, trying to warm the brakes as well. It will be interesting to see what these drivers will be doing, if they will be doing single laps, so doing one lap and then going into the pit lane for a new set of tires and then doing another lap, or if they will be just waiting on the track, just doing lap after lap, trying to get as much laps in as possible. I guess we will just have to wait and see what they will do, as Dean Vella is now going to be the first one coming out of the last corner to start the qualifying. Over start finish he comes, and let's see what he is able to do. Into turn 1, nice and tight, leaving a little bit of space on the outside line there. We have a car in front of him, hopefully that will get out of the way nice. Getting a bit stuck behind him now. Vella won't be too happy about it. Now also running wide out of turn 4. Losing a lot of time there. Was McFarlane right behind him, setting the quickest sector time so far in the qualifying session. It's just quickest sector 1 time, 26.2. Not too bad from him. Dean Vella is also still continuing his lap, of course, but we lost quite a lot of time with that incident in turn 4. Ross McFarlane also quickest in sector 2, so far at least. 24.0. Dean Vella there had a big moment coming into the hairpin. Definitely not his best lap so far, I would assume. As now Ross McFarlane also comes over the line. Dean Vella did a 29.5. Ross McFarlane 28.3. So good lap time. Not as quick yet as we saw in the qualifying session. Luca Ragusa starting his qualifying with a 128.5. Jules Martin coming home with a 29.5. So still a lot of time to find there for him. I believe Adam Pinches is on a rather quick lap. At least his first sector was purple. Almost 4/10 quicker than what anyone did so far. His last sector loses a lot of time there, so only 130.4 for Pinches. He will be looking to try again, of course. Continuing on, so it seems that most drivers choose to stay out on the track instead of going back to the pit lane every time to get new fresh tires. George Martin at the moment looking to improve his lap time. At the moment seems that he's about half a second quicker than what he was doing his last attempt. As we see a driver in front there just running a bit wide into the hairpin. Don't think he lost too much time because of it. Let's see what he's able to do coming out of the last corner. Onto the power he goes. Trying to minimize the wheel spin over the line. It is going to be 129.0, so a bit of an improvement for him there. About half a second, but still a bit of time to be gained. Almost a second to Ross McFarlane, who just did a 128.1, improving his lap time again, and Gerard Martinez behind him, the 128.4. Halfway through the session now. So the drivers will be wanting to improve their lap times. I believe especially Adam Pinches, as far as I can see, he is quite a quick driver in this car. Can be up in the top 5 at least, I think, but just hasn't been able to do so far. Just hasn't been able to get the lap together. Pinches losing the most time, it seems, in the last sector. 1 second during his fastest lap so far. That's what he lost there. So he needs to see how he can improve there if he wants to get back into that top 5 positions. Now still the quickest drivers on track. Ross McFarlane did improve again. 127.9 for him. Almost half a second quicker than Gerard Martinez right now. Let's see if he can improve his time this time around again. His first sector is a personal improvement so far. Second sector purple, 24.0 there. That's a nice second sector. Let's see if he's able to continue this pace throughout the final sector. Of course, with the hairpins, difficult. Easy to make a mistake there, to lock up an inside tire and run wide a little bit. That's very clean through here by Ross McFarlane. Last sector, last corner, going to be important for him. Onto the power he goes. Not the best exit there, but maybe good enough to improve on his lap time. Yes, 27.8 there for Ross McFarlane. So extending the gap to Gerard Martinez, as Adam Pinches has finally found some time in that last sector and has improved up to a 28.1, moving himself into the second position at the moment. With about 2 minutes left in this qualifying session. About 1 lap remaining for most of these drivers. So it's do or die now. Gerard Martinez is on a personal improvement. He's gonna have to find 6/10 if he wants to get onto the first pole position of the season, of the championship, I should say. Adam Pinches at the moment also very quick through the first sector. Purple there, 25.8. Almost 3/10 quicker than what Ross McFarlane did in his quickest lap. So if he can keep up this pace, he might be able to snatch that pole position away. Ooh, a bit of a moment as he came out of that Coppice corner onto the back straight. Now some cars in front of him that might get into his way. Second sector wasn't the best, but if he keeps up this pace, might be able to at least come closer to Ross McFarlane, but this is gonna be his final attempt. He's just now having again a car in front of him, and I think he abandoned his lap. Yeah, lifting off there. Perhaps he will be able to do just one other lap. So there's 20 seconds remaining in the session now, so he can just do 1 lap more to try and get that pole position from Ross McFarlane. Gerard Martinez, I think his qualifying session is over as he parked his car alongside the track. Ross McFarlane is on his final attempt, but has backed away as well. Adam Pinches, I think he's the one to look at the moment. First sector was again a purple sector, 25.7, even quicker for him. Now, this last sector is where he was losing all the time. Second sector, let's see what he's able to do there, 24.1. That's good. Not an improvement, but still decent time. Now, this last sector is his weak point. Adam Pinches struggling here. Now braking for the second to last corner, turning it in a bit too early. Car snapping out on him. Last corner is going to be very important. Braking hard, turning it in onto the power. He goes as early as possible. Let's see what is it going to be. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not going to be enough. 28.1 is going to be his final time, which is not enough to challenge Ross McFarlane for that pole position, as I believe all the other drivers have also finished their qualifying. So it's going to be Ross McFarlane on pole position today for the first race here at Donington Park. We will be going for a short advertisement break. After that, we will be racing for 20 minutes long. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the first round of the Wave Italy V8 Championship here at World Pro Racing. You just saw the prize that these drivers will be battling for during this entire championship, which, if you've missed it, will be 7 races long. This first round at Donington Park will be getting on the way very shortly, at least the first race. 20 minutes, these drivers will be racing, and on pole position, it is Ross McFarlane with Adam Pinchas just next to him. Let's see who will be getting the best run into that first corner. Ross McFarlane on the inside line, so he will be obviously have the benefit there coming into turn 1. But if his start off the line isn't very good, then perhaps Adam Pinchas might be able to challenge him around the outside already there. So he has to be careful of that. Tires, I believe everybody will be starting on a super soft. As I am looking around, that's not entirely true. I see some drivers on the soft compound as well. For example, Alex Life. He is on a soft compound, so perhaps in the start of the race, first few laps, he won't be having the best run. But as we have the lights coming on here, 5 lights, and we are racing here for the first round of the V8 Championship. It is a good start for Ross McFarlane and Adam Pinchas, trying to find a way around the outside. Is it going to be enough for him? Ooh. Yes, it is. Adam Pinchas into the lead of this race after turn 1 already. Very nice drive there from him, the Hungarian driver, into the lead of the race after the first corner. And Ross McFarlane will be trying to find a way back into that first position. A bit further to the back, I believe Gerard Martinez kept his position, and Daniel Stremer also still in P4. A bit further down the field, already drivers battling side by side. Alex Life having a bit of a difficult time here. Nathan Mitchell just right behind him. Side by side into the chicane we saw there, I believe. Alex Life and Nathan Mifsud. Nathan Mifsud is trying to find a way around the car in front of him. Of course, he has to watch out for the cars behind him as well, as you see somebody going off the track there. Nathan Mifsud trying to find a way. Ooh, a little bit of contact with the car in front of him there. Bit of a bump, and he runs out wide. Now, Pinches leading this race at the moment, still with about a second, just a bit under a second lead to Ross McFarlane. So definitely a good start for him. He'll be looking to extend the gap, of course, during the rest of this race. Now further down the field, we have Frank Spencer and Dominic Holmes battling, coming side by side, almost here through Starkley's Bridge. That's not going to be an easy corner to go side by side by. And Dominic Holmes definitely looking feisty, trying to find a way around this driver in front of him, Frank Spencer. As we see Luca Ragusa very slow on the track. Perhaps having a slowdown penalty here, or some damage on the car perhaps. Yeah, starting to pick the pace up now, but definitely lost a lot of time and a lot of places there. As Ross McFarlane also dropped down quite a lot now. Adam Pinches still in the lead, but Ross McFarlane down into P5. I'm not sure what happened there to him. But definitely not what Ross McFarlane would have wanted here. Having the worst start compared to Pinches and now dropping back to P5 with Josh Martin right behind him, challenging him as well. The battle for P2 also started to heat up with Sheldon Muscat, Gerard Martinez and Daniel Stremer right behind each other. Who's going to be coming out on top of these three? As the gap to the lead of Alan Pinches is already increasing up to 2.2 seconds now. Let's see what Ross McFarlane can do. We saw that he can be quick. He's now right behind Sheldon Muscat. Looking very feisty. Trying to find a way around this driver in front of him. Sheldon Muscat had a little bit of a lockup coming into turn one. Ross might be able to take advantage of that coming down the hill now. Again, a big lock-up there by Sheldon Muscat. And also a bit of a wiggle coming out of turn 7 there. Ross McFarlane closing up, and oh, there he goes onto the inside, and he gets 4th position from Justin Muscat there. Now the next target for Ross McFarlane will be Gerrit Martinez, I believe. Into P3, that would be Adam Pinches now extending that lead even further. 2.5 seconds already. And Daniel Stremer really starting to feel the pressure from Gerrit Martinez now. Only about 0.3 between the two. And Ross McFarlane also catching up to these two drivers already. Like I said before, he has shown the pace in qualifying. Just didn't have the luck in the first couple of laps. But now starting to fight his way back up to at least the podium. And perhaps if he gets past these drivers in front of him quickly enough, might be able to challenge Alan Pinches for the lead of this race. But time is short, only a 20-minute race, of which already 8 minutes have passed. Or 7 minutes have passed, I should say. But Adam Pinches isn't making it easy as well. He is improving on his previous lap times. Looking to set another personal best lap in this race so far. Ross McFarlane now caught up to the back of Gerrit Martinez. Martinez hasn't found the way past Daniel Stremer yet. Trying to find a way to get past these drivers in front of him. The pressure is building up on Martinez as he sees McFarlane coming closer in his rear view mirrors. There's Daniel Stremer there taking the inside line coming into the hairpin. Gerrit Martinez trying to have a look around the outside there, but of course that's not going to really work into the hairpin. Ross McFarlane trying to go up the inside here of Gerrit Martinez, makes the move stick. So great dive there from Ross McFarlane. Up to P3 he goes, back onto the podium. The next target will be Daniel Stremer. Gerrit Martinez just making a little bit of a mistake, trying too hard to put pressure on the driver in front of him, and therefore losing out on that podium spot, at least for now. Of course, Ross McFarlane still not too far ahead of him. In the meantime, Adam Pinches almost 4 seconds ahead of these drivers now as we approach the halfway mark of this race. Ross McFarlane will be trying to put the pressure on Daniel Stremer. At the moment, Stremer still doing a good job, keeping a bit of a gap as well to Ross McFarlane. course, star of the show so far. Adam Pinch is in the lead, having a quiet race. It's still important for him to be very consistent, make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes, because it's his race to lose right now. All the pressure is on him. But at the moment doesn't have a direct threat from any driver behind him. Of course, McFarlane struggling to get closer to Daniel Stramer, it seems. Last lap was a little bit quicker, but not by much. At the moment around the second between them. Further down the field, of course, there are also still some battles going on. For example, Michael Martin, very feisty with the car in front of him. As he almost runs into the back of the car in front of him there. Coming into the S's. Manages to avoid him just about. As Rob McFarlane now caught up to the back of Daniel Stramer. Now he needs to find a gap. Now he needs to find where he is going to get past him. Last time he did it in the last corner. Let's see what he's able to do this time around. Of course, needs to get a good run out of the S's, or perhaps even here out of Koppis, turn number 8. He's a bit too far back to try anything. But he's definitely quick on the track right now. Purple sector time in sector 2 for him. So he's pushing hard. There's 7 minutes remaining in this race. Closing in through the second to last corner. A bit of a moment there from Daniel Stramer. That will allow Ross McFarlane to close up nicely. But Daniel going defensive. Ooh, Ross McFarlane braking a little bit late there. Also Gerard Martinez right behind him, not giving up yet. Still keeping up. All getting behind the car of Daniel Stramer. And the gap to Adam Pinch is just increasing every lap. 4.5 seconds right now. Let's see where McFarlane is able to do it. He knows he's quicker than this car in front of him. He just needs to be patient. Needs to make sure he gets a clean move. Of course, it would be a shame to make a mistake now and lose the position to Gerard Martinez behind, or even worse. To the S's they come. So the second to last corner is where he gained the most time last time around. So let's see what he's able to do this time. Braking late. Gerard Martinez also still very close behind him. Not close enough yet. Ross McFarlane now is losing a bit of time actually to Daniel Stramer. 5 minutes to go. In that first sector there, the Ross McFarlane almost lost 2/10. Maybe just a little bit of a mistake from his end, or perhaps his tires falling off a little bit quicker than Daniel Stremir's tires. If you push them too hard, of course, they will wear out, they will get slower. Nice run through the S's. As Gerard Martinez has dropped back quite a bit as well. Bit of a mistake from him. Again, Ross McFarlane very close, but not able to find a way past Daniel Stremer. They've actually caught up a little bit to Adam Pinches. Not long to go in this race, so Ross McFarlane needs to hurry up if he wants to get this position. Wants to get the points for this second place. Very close coming out of the S's now. Stremer going defensive, coming into the second to last corner. Late braking for Ross McFarlane around the outside. That's not going to be easy. Now he needs to watch out for Gerard Martinez on the inside. Manages to keep him behind him, but now into the last corner. Needs to be careful as well. Into the power they go and has to try again. Being very close to the driver in front of you is not enough. You need to find a way past him. Ooh, Ross McFarlane very wide there out of turn 4. Onto the grass, didn't lose too much time. Of course, that's not helping him in any way. And you can see it, he's pushing hard. 1.5 minutes remaining in this race now. So I'm guessing that is one more lap after this one. Into the S's we go again. This is where Ross McFarlane gained the most in the last lap. Hard on the brakes. As we see somebody spun around in the background there. I believe that's a back marker. Will be getting out of the way. No problem. Again, through these hairpins. A bit of a mistake there from Daniel Stremer. Allows Ross McFarlane to get closer, but not close enough to make any move. Adam Pinches at the moment, still doing a great job, losing a little bit of time compared to the drivers in front of him. Perhaps his tires are losing their grip, or maybe he's just being a bit more careful. Ross McFarlane had a good run out of turn 1. Now very feisty coming into the twisty bit, but didn't get a good run through turn 4 there. So now needs to back off. I had to back off a little bit. Heartbreaking now for turn number 7. Ooh, again, a lot of time gained there. This might be it. Around the outside is going to be very difficult coming into turn 8. But if he can get a run coming into the second to last corner, might be able to do something. Or, I mean, into the S's. Very close to the back of him. Stremer going defensive around the outside. It's not going to happen. Perhaps if he gets the good run out of here. Again, the defensive line for Daniel Stremer. Is he going to make the dive? Yes, he is going to try it. Nose on the inside. And I believe that is the move done. Daniel Stremer tries the switchback. It's going to be around the outside of the last corner. Late braking. Is it going to be enough for him? Maybe the switchback. Jos McFarlane will run a little bit more wide, but Adam Pinches here taking the win of the first race. Daniel Stremer crossing the line in second. Ross McFarlane, sorry, crossing the line in second. And Daniel Stremer in the last lap there, losing out and having to concede with the final place of the podium. Gerard Martinez in P4. Sheldon Muscat finishing P5. Luca Ragusa will be coming home in P7 as he just got overtaken on the last lap by Alex Life, who's coming in P6. Michael Martin, P7. Then P9 for Nathan Mifsud. Michael Martin in P8, by the way. Nathan Mifsud in P9. Dean Vella, P10. Very close for these three drivers as well. Dominic Holmes very close with Josh Martin coming on the line for P12. Chris Vella behind them as well. Dominic Holmes is going to be taking the 11th place there with Martin in 12th and Vella in 13th. Then 14th is going to be Matthew Bugea. 15th, Christian Ebeyer. 16th is going to be Nathan Vella. He needs to do one more corner. And then he finishes his race. And Matthew Galea finishing in P17. P18 Michael Butler and P19 Frank Spencer, the final finisher of today. We will be going for a short advertisement break again. So make yourself comfortable, get maybe a cup of coffee as we get ready for the second race of the day. We will be right back.
Hi everybody and a warm welcome to our Wave Italy Professional Training Center. Passion, full dedication, professional competence are the key points that move me and my team day by day in the effort to deliver the best driving simulation experience. As many of you already know, our technical and R&D headquarters is in Maranello, the famous land of motorsport. But today we are in our location in Verona, where we created a new proposal for the training of professional pilots.
Nice to meet you. I am a professional racing driver and professional coach. I was kart world champion in the endurance series, and I race and test many different racing cars, including Ferrari Formula 1. I have been working with simulators for years to improve my technique and to train a lot of talented drivers. Now I tell you what we can do for you. Here we have two professional simulators that can work together, so I can help you to simulate some different racing situations, as the start, overtaking different part of the circuit, how to defend your position, and the most important, how to be consistent under pressure. With our know-how, we have developed the physical model of the vehicles with maximum accuracy. With this training, you will improve your skills and your sensibility. Our tracks are in laser scan, and we also develop the different weather conditions. We can also work together with our live telemetry. I can watch many data and channels and tell you immediately what is fine and what you have to do better. You can train every day, and I look forward to passing you all my experience to help reach your best results. Remember, great results need hard training. I am ready, and you?
Okay then, thanks for your attention. We are ready to welcome you here. We do our best to have the champion of today and tomorrow. Ciao! And see you soon.
And welcome back, everybody. You are watching the first round of the Wave Italy V8 Championship here at World Pro Racing. As we jump straight into the second qualifying session of the day. For those that have missed the first race just a minute ago, Adam Pinches quickest in that one, so let's see what he will be able to do here in the second qualifying session. Ross McFarlane was able to put himself on pole in the first qualifying session. As we saw, Pinches struggling a little bit there, but he was definitely the quickest driver on the track in the race. So let's see what he's able to do here in the next 10 minutes of qualifying. As I believe the first driver that is going to be able to set his lap time is actually Ross McFarlane, who was the quickest last time around. So let's see what he's able to achieve this time around. As he is coming through the penultimate corner, getting ready for his first attempt of the session. Trying to get a good run out of the final corner, of course, to start his lap. Throwing it into turn one, trying to use the most track on the outside there as possible. Hitting the inside curb nicely. Touching the outside curb as well. Going downhill can be a bit tricky. The car can get a bit loose. A little bit of lift to the left-hander there. Downshifting to fourth. Coming into turn four, and then turn 5 and 6 flat out. This V8 supercar monsters. More than 600 brake horsepower. Can be quite difficult to drive, especially with low fuel. Now, nicely through turn 7 and turn 8. Down the back straight. Into the S's wheel he comes. Looking late, throwing it in there. Sector time so far 26.2, 24.4, not the best sectors we've seen, but of course this is his first lap, so can't really blame him. Into the final corner we go. Late braking down to second. Back onto the power. Let's see what his first lap time is going to be. 128.5, so decent lap, but we've seen people do quicker lap times. Quickest in the first qualifying session, if I'm not wrong, was a 27.9. So these drivers surely will be able to improve on that lap time. Adam Pinches right behind Ross with a 128.7, and Alex Life in third at the moment with a 29.0. Ross McFarlane, and again very quick second sector. As I say that, by the way, Gerard Martinez goes to provisional pole position, improves by about 2.5 tenths to Ross McFarlane. Good effort from him. McFarlane though looking quick in the second sector. Last sector is going to be important. Last corner coming up now for McFarlane. To the power, he goes. I think he's gonna improve. Is it gonna be enough to go into provisional pole position? No, just not enough. Oh, actually it is enough. Sorry, my bad. Goes on to provisional pole position with only 0.02 of a second to Gerard Martinez. Very close between them. Pinches struggling at the moment, almost half a second off Gerard Martinez. Four and a half minutes remaining in the session now. And Ross McFarlane is looking to improve even more as Gerard Martinez improves his time just a little bit. Very close between these two drivers. Ross McFarlane is very, very quick in the second sector. Purple, 24.0 for him. This last sector is where he improved last time around. Let's see what he's able to do this time. Final corner, braking hard, turning it in, to the power. What is it going to be for him? A 128.2, but not a valid lap, so he has to try again to find that time. Gerard Martinez in the meantime has got a good first sector under his belt. The second sector is where he loses out compared to Ross McFarlane. But of course at the moment still quickest on track. Martinez now coming into the final corner. Is he going to improve on his lap? I think he is. Let's see what it's going to be. 27.95. Very nice last sector, personal best for him as well. Ross McFarlane now needs to find almost 4 tenths to perhaps grab that pole position. And then Pinches on his turn needs to almost find a second. At least 3/4 of a second. Ross McFarlane on to the power. A very nice last sector so far. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. 27.87 for him. A very, very nice lap. A very nice last sector. 2 tenths quicker than what Gerard Martinez did in his quickest lap. So Martinez now has 2 minutes and I think about 2 laps to try and get back that pole position. Same goes for Martinez or McFarlane to defend from it, of course. His first sector is good for McFarlane. Pinches in the meantime still struggling. He improved on his last lap, but didn't quite gain enough time to really fight for P2 and P1. Now his first sector for Pinches is a personal best, but has a bit of traffic that he has to avoid coming into the second sector. Now Martinez didn't have a very good last lap. McFarlane though, he's looking to improve on his lap after this. He has 1 more lap to go. Martinez is maybe on his final lap. It's gonna be close for him, I think. Maybe 1 more lap after this. McFarlane made a bit of a mistake in the final sector, so no improvement for him. Same goes for Pinches, mistake for him. So he has only 1 lap to go. Gerard Martinez, I believe, is done. He made a mistake in the first sector there, and his qualifying session is over. No pole position for him. Or does he have the time to get back to the start-finish line? No, I don't think so. So Ross McFarlane. So only enemy right now is Adam Pinches, or perhaps some driver that can cause an upset a bit further down the field, but I believe most of these drivers don't really have the pace to challenge Ross at the moment. Pinches though, he is quick in the first sector. Has a good exit out of turn 7 there. Now has a bit of traffic in front of him. Hope that's not going to be too much of a problem for him. McFarlane coming through the second to last corner now to perhaps improve on his lap time. Pinches struggling with the traffic. McFarlane through the final corner onto the power. Coming to the line, improves up to a 27.7. Very nice lap. And Pinches has had an incident and his qualifying session is over as well. So he will be starting at least from 3rd place. Daniel Stremer is still on a lap. He might be able to improve his lap. Still has the last sector to go. Needs to find quite a lot of time to Pinches though. Perhaps he will be able to do so. As he's coming around the last corner. Well, is he able to do a lot of wheel spin there? Almost puts it into the wall. But that's his qualifying session over, as Ross McFarlane is taking pole position again here for the 2nd race of the first round of the Wave Italy V8 Championship. As I say that, the Wave Italy, our main sponsor of this championship, the driver that wins the championship will be getting a very nice set of pedals. The Wave Impetus Sim Pedals Pro, worth 1,500 euros, as you will see right now in a little clip about them. So very nice set of pedals that these drivers are looking to win, at least if they win this championship. At the moment, Pinches with the first race win under his belt, looking very, very good for that championship. Of course, only the first race, so that's still a long way to go. 7 races in this championship as we wait now for the second race to come underway. Ross McFarlane starting from that pole position, with next to him Gerard Martinez and Adam Pinches starting from P3 this time around. Last time Ross McFarlane's start wasn't really the best. Lost out a lot of places in the first couple of laps already, but fought his way back up to P2. Now he will be looking to get a better start as the lights are coming on for the second race. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights, and we are racing for the second race of round 1 of the Wave Italy V8 Championship. It's been a better start this time around for Ross McFarlane, but again Adam Pinches flying around the outside coming into turn 1. Is it going to be enough this time around? Pinches running wide a little bit. I think that is Ross McFarlane getting at least coming into turn 1, as in the back of the field of Dean Vella. Alex Live having a bit of an incident. Alex Live into the gravel trap already. And Gerard Martinez losing a lot of places in the first couple of corners now, losing to Daniel Stremer. Stremer not able to get past the car of Gerard Martinez so far. So Martinez sticking to third place so far. And Ross McFarlane getting the run into the first couple of corners this time around, able to keep Adam Pinches behind him. Further down the field, very close battling between Nathan Mifsud and Luca Ragusa. He's trying to find a way around him and being challenged into the S's. Losing a position there. Very feisty. A little bit further down the field as we coming into the first hairpin. Who's that spun around? Dominic Holmes spun around with a few other cars involved. Definitely not the start of the race that he would have liked. Now Alex Live into the pit lane already. Perhaps the end of his race. Adam Pinches already looking very feisty on Ross McFarlane, as race direction is looking into what happened there in the first lap. See if there were any drivers to blame for any incidents, and perhaps if some penalty needs to be handed out, that will be done by the race direction. Now Adam Pinches, he is looking to gain back the lead of the race, or at least gain the lead of the race like he did in the first race already. His pace was unbeatable in the first race so far. Ross McFarlane keeping him behind him. Sheldon Muscat is getting overtaken on the inside by Josh Martin coming into the Melbourne hairpin. They're still side by side. Who's gonna get out on top? Coming into the last corner, Sheldon Muscat, but having a little bit of a lockup. Now coming out of the last corner, it seems that Muscat has the line for now. However, Martin trying to have a look up at the inside, coming into turn 1, locking up hard, running wide there. That allows just Sheldon Muscat to come back down the inside of him. A very feisty battle here for P5 on track. In the meantime, Pinches losing a little bit of time compared to Ross McFarlane, and Gerard Martinez closing in on him as well. Back in P7, Dean Vella looking to close in on Josh Martin and Sheldon Muscat, perhaps having a look for them as well. Gerard Martinez very close to the back of Adam Pinches. He is looking to get all over the back of him and perhaps try to get past him in the next few corners. Pinches not able to show his pace like he did in the first race and losing about half a second right now to Ross McFarlane. Big slide though from Gerard Martinez coming out of the second to last corner. Dean Vella still battling with Josh Martin. Right behind him, I believe it's as well Nathan Missett and Luca Ragusa, very close to each other. Josh Martin there, able to get past Dean Vella finally, I believe. Now up to P6 and Sheldon Muscat in P5, a little bit in front of him. Bit in no man's land at the moment. It's Daniel Stramer. Bit of a gap to the guys in front of him, and also a bit of a gap to the guys behind him. Pinches starting to drop back from McFarlane. Over a second between them now. And Gerard Martinez still very close to Adam Pinches. First 5 minutes of the race done and dusted. Ross McFarlane leading at the moment. Josh Martin still under very big pressure from Dean Vella. Dean Vella diving up the inside, coming out of the final corner there. Ooh, a bit of contact made on the main straight. Josh Martin trying to keep the car together. Dean Vella around the outside of turn one, braking very late, almost into the back actually of Josh Martin. Josh Martin spins around there after being hit by Dean Vella. Martin now having to turn the car back around onto the grass and losing a lot of positions and time after that incident. Now Martin coming under pressure of, who is that? I believe it's Frank Spencer, yes. Pinches now extended the gap to Gerard Martinez behind him. Didn't gain a lot compared to Ross McFarlane. Ross seems to have everything under control so far. The incident between Dean Vella and Josh Martin has been looked at by the stewards, and they have decided to give a 10-second penalty to Dean Vella for hitting the back of Josh Martin there. So Dean Vella will be dropping back to at least P9, P10, right about where Josh Martin is, how much time he lost. So that's what he's going to be looking at. Pinches closing in again now compared to Ross McFarlane. Pinches not really able to show the pace that he was able to show in that first race just earlier. But now really starting to close in to the back of that orange car of Ross McFarlane. And Gerard Martinez behind him, really starting to drop back. And just closing in more and more. Out of turn 2. Gets a good run down the hill. Now he's got to have to find a way to get past as McFarlane goes a bit too quick into turn 4 there, runs wide and loses the position to Adam Pinches. Now we have to watch out for Gerard Martinez behind. He's closing in rapidly. Adam Pinches back into the lead of this race, looking to get the second win. Already extending the gap to almost a second. And Ross McFarlane now needs to watch out for Gerard Martinez behind him. Out of the final corner they come. At the moment McFarlane still seems to have it under control, able to keep Martinez behind him. You just see Pinches there locking up slightly coming into turn 1. His tires won't be liking that. But the gap between him and McFarlane at the moment around 1 second. 9 minutes to go in this race. Di Vella and Luca Ragusa back in P6 and P7 are also still battling with each other. Not too far ahead of them also Sheldon Mascott in P5 battling. Okay, Ragusa trying to put the pressure on Dean Vella, who still has the 10-second penalty, I believe. Or maybe, I think he's actually serving it right now. Slowing down, losing that 10 seconds. And dropping back to around P8. Nathan Mussat behind him. So still P7 actually. Alright, so looking back at the lead of the race, Pinches now having a gap just under 1 second. He's keeping the control of the lead of the race just like he did last time around. McFarlane not really able to catch him again, but he is able to keep Martinez behind at least for now. Back in P10, Kirsten Ebeyer and Matthew Bugaya are battling quite hard. We saw that Ebeyer trying to go for a dive up the inside of Matthew there. Not able to make the move stick. But he's definitely trying to gain that 9th position from the driver in front of him. see if he's able to close himself coming into this first sector. First corner, of course. Bit of a look up there from Matthew. It's going to help Kirsten to get even closer. Here through turn 4, the old hairpin, you can see him getting really a lot of time. Now Kirsten, where is he going to find the way past? Matthew Bugia making a bit of a mistake coming into turn 7. Not a very good exit speed, almost diving up the inside there. And side by side through turn 8. Down the back straight. Still having to tuck behind him. Coming up to the chicane, the S's. Very hard braking, side by side coming into it. And Ebeyer coming out on top there, out of the S's. Great move there. Hard braking on the inside and making the move stick. A great bit of racing between these two drivers. Back at the front, Pinches has dropped a little bit of time in the last lap. Probably made a bit of a mistake as he was about half a second slower than Ross McFarlane that last lap. The battle between Kirsten and Matthew is not over yet. These two drivers very young, only 16 years old, both of them. Impressive to see them battling so hard on track, but also so fair. No contact was made during that battling earlier. Now McFarlane really starting to close back up to Adam Pinches. 4 minutes remaining in this race. So about 2-3 laps to go. This time around, Pinches had a good lap time and starting to get back the time that he lost. McFarlane closed right back up to the rear wing of Adam Pinches there. Perhaps this time around might be able to do something coming into the S's. Bit of a lock up there from Pinches, not the best exit out of turn 8. Will this allow Ross McFarlane to make the move? A bit too far back, I think. Into the S's they come. Good exit from Pinches. That's what he needs right now. Coming into the Melbourne hairpin. Decent exit from him. Last corner is going to be important for him. Turning it in onto the power again. Two minutes to go. So after this lap, it's another one as Pinches into turn 1 locks up again. Perhaps his tire starting to really fall off now. As he's locking up almost in all corners right now. This is where he gains the most time through that first sector. To 7 and 8. Again, a bit of a lock up there from Pinches. But this time around, Ross McFarlane is a bit too far back, I think. Into the S's. McFarlane gaining a bit of time again. as they come to the penultimate corner. Oh, Pinches runs deep, allows McFarlane to close right up. Not enough though to really make any move. Now out of the final corner as we go on to the final lap of this second race. Pinches still leading with a bit of a gap now to Ross McFarlane. Pinches just needs to keep it clean, get it together. Just a few more corners to go, and then he has 1-2 races out of the 2 so far driven. Oh, a bit of a mistake, a bit of a wiggle there coming out of turn 4. Allows McFarlane to close up a bit. This is going to be very close to the finish line, I think. Again, a bit of a mistake coming into 7 from Adam Pinches. McFarlane very close. Only a few corners to go now, coming up to the S's. Hard braking, throwing it in there. Again, not the best corner from Pinches. Is it going to be enough? Into the penultimate corner, hard braking. McFarlane trying to find a gap up the inside. He goes into the penultimate corner. Still Adam Pinches on the inside, coming in final corner. The inside line will be for Pinches. So who is it going to be? Hard braking, a bit of a look up, almost spinning. Pinches almost spins, but is it going to be enough? It's going to be a drag race to the line. I think he just about has it. Coming up to the line, Pinches takes the win. 2 wins out of 2 for Pinches. Great driving. Ross McFarlane finishing second just about, with a very, very nice battle in the last 2 corners there. Gareth Martinez finishing in P3 again. And Daniel Stremer in P4. Sheldon Muscat P5. Luca Ragusa P6. And then Dean Vela just behind him in P7. P8 is going to be Nathan Mifsud coming out of the final corner now. Then Kirsten Ebier, the young driver, out of the final corner with Matthew Bugaya right behind him. And Dominic Holmes spinning out of the last corner there. That's not what you want to do in the last lap. Michael Martin is actually the one that spun. Coming up to the line now. Oh, and Nathan Vella and Michael Butler in the final lap, the penultimate corner there, had some contact as they now come up to the line to finish their race in P13 and P14 respectively. But perhaps that incident will be looked into as well. Anyway, great race from Adam Pinches. A great round overall, taking both victories. He will be very happy with himself, taking the lead in the championship, obviously. As we also have him write him here in the commentary booth. Adam, congratulations on the 2 wins there. How are the feelings initially after the race?
Thank you. Hi everyone. Yeah, it was alright. Both qualifier, I was not in the pace, but yeah, I had some good starts, both races actually. Yeah, in race 2 I almost managed to overtake Ross as well. But yeah, in the end I didn't manage to do that, only mid-race. But yeah, it was quite intense, especially the last lap in race 2. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, like you say, the last couple of laps in the second race, you really started to struggle a little bit. Was it the tires that started to wear off, or just generally the pace making a little bit of mistakes, or what was it?
It was more like mistakes rather than tires, but of course the tires were kinda dead as well. but yeah, I was doing some mistake, and yeah, in the end, that's why it was so intense in the last lap.
Yeah, indeed, very close. We saw also in the first race that you had quite a comfortable lead, but then at the end of the race, it started to crawl back a little bit. Ross and Gerhard started to get back to you. Was that also because you just lost a bit of pace, or was that intentionally just because you wanted to take a little bit easy because you had that gap?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of both. The tires were kind of not on pace, and me as well, just pushing 90%, not 100%, and yeah, that's why I was. I mean, I just making sure I don't make any crucial mistakes, so that's why I was pushing only 90%.
Yeah, makes sense. Again, congratulations on the 2 wins, and looking forward to the next round. What are your feelings for Albert Park?
I don't really race there, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, hopefully I can manage to keep this pace to Albert Park and then win the both races again.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, great job, and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
So Ross, you had the pace in qualifying both times around, but in the first race the start wasn't quite there. What happened?
I think I just maybe didn't give it enough revs. I think Adam had a pretty good start in both races. Yeah, quality pace was good. I'm actually kind of surprised considering I only installed Assetto Corsa again last night to get ready for the championship. But yeah, quality pace was good, and it's a shame that in the first race, yeah, I didn't get the good start, and then that cost me because I got tapped from behind and spun. I lost some positions, and ultimately I was still quicker on track in the race as well. But when you're out of position and the times are very close, it's difficult to do anything.
Yeah, of course. Last lap battle, of course, with Adam here in the second race was very close. What are your feelings about that?
Yeah. I could tell Adam was struggling with the tires, whether he thinks it or not. He was struggling to brake. He was making a couple mistakes, and I put the lights on for the last lap. I wanted to put an extra bit of pressure on, and I thought I was going to pull the same move that I did on Daniel in the previous race.
Yeah.
And I did manage to get up the inside on the exit of the penultimate corner, but I know it was an accident from him, but I think he forgot to blip into the last corner, and he slid the car around, and it actually ended up helping him because he was taking up so much of the road with the slide that I couldn't get past him. There was no space, and then I just had to concede it to him in the end. But it was good driving. He was very fast in the early part and the mid part of the race. He was very, very quick. But towards the end, I thought I might have a chance. But good race.
Yeah, great bit of racing. Of course, these V8 cars, are they new to you, or have you driven these cars before in a race?
I've driven similar cars in the past, not these exact ones. I think I have tested the V8s from the in a World Pro Racing, maybe a hot lap or something, maybe a year ago. But I've tried the ones on iRacing, and they're relatively similar in the high speeds. It's the low speed that's difficult with these cars. They do not turn very well at low speed, and you have to really balance the car well and have the right camber set up to get the car to turn. I could see that actually Adam was using first gear in the slow corners, and I was still in second. But again, I couldn't find that balance to get the car to turn anyway, so I just thought I'd stick in second. But yeah, the cars are all right. They're enjoyable. They're really tough to drive, but that's good.
Yeah, it gave some great racing as well. Looking forward to Albert Park. Are you looking forward to it, or maybe not the best track that you want?
It's been a long time since I've raced there. I have raced maybe GT3s there in the past. It's a very flat track, and these cars are really designed for tracks like that. You know, they're touring cars. They love the close battles. It's a shame as well. It's difficult to overtake there. with these cars, you really need the long straights and the tight hairpins to allow you to overtake. So a track like Albert Park is going to be tricky. It's going to be whoever qualifies on pole and drives perfectly throughout the race is probably going to end up winning. So let's hope that that's going to happen for me.
Yeah. Oh, again, congrats on getting at least the second places here and also being so quick in qualifying. And thanks for talking to us.
Thanks.
So Gerhard, what are your feelings on the race, finishing P3?
My feeling is good. The start is a little bit bad, and I try to follow the leaders, but your lap to lap is more consistent than me, and I try to get a distance with the fourth place and maintain the third place, and the race are good.
Yeah, we saw some nice battling indeed. You were indeed catching, or at least keeping up with the top two, but then during the later stages of the race started to drop back a little bit.
Yes, the start I fight with Daniel for the third place, but I get the position and yeah, the race are good.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the next race, Albert Park?
I drove 1 or 2 times in Albert Park. I like the circuit, and I try to improve the result.
Okay, yeah. Also for you, congratulations on finishing on the podium there, and thanks for talking to us.
All right, thank you. And I want to apologize with Ross with the incident of the first race. I can do nothing to avoid it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. So final driver here in the commentary booth for the interview. Daniel, how are your thoughts on the last 2 races?
Yeah, the first race was quite good. I was able to get third position. Russ made a very, very good move in the last 2 hairpins. He was a lot faster than me, so congratulations on that move. Quali pace wasn't good in first race, and also in the second race quali was not what I expected. Race 2 I had 2 little screen freezes, and after that I have no idea what happened, but the car was nearly undrivable. It felt like it went back to stock setup. I had a lot of understeer, so I just tried to stay in 4th position, and I managed to get good points for the championship.
Yeah, you definitely at least did that. Your thoughts on the car in general? Do you like it, or maybe dislike it?
I like it. It's when you get the feeling for the car, when you get into the flow with the car, it's actually a great car. It's very heavy, of course, and like Ross said in the interview, in the slow corners, these cars they don't turn very much, but if you get the hang of it after some laps, it's quite an enjoyable car.
Yeah. At least it gave us a great bit of racing as well. So Albert Park, looking forward to that. What are your thoughts on that?
To be honest, I have driven maybe 10 laps in my whole career at Albert Park. Never ever drove it really. I just know it from Formula 1. I have no idea what to expect. Let's see how the quali and races go there.
Yeah, all right. So that's going to be a challenge for you. Thank you for talking to us as well.
Thank you.
that finishes up the interviews here today, and also will finish up the round for today. Just want to give a quick thank you for all the drivers that drove and gave us a great bit of entertainment tonight. And me myself want to thank all the viewers as well for watching. On the broadcast we had, of course, Justin Mifsud doing the cameras, and also as race director Adrian Figallo trying to make sure everything and all the drivers are behaving themselves. So big thank you for watching. Wave Italy, of course, sponsoring the championship, giving the drivers the opportunity to win a very nice set of pedals. Still six races to go after this one. Next round is going to be on the 7th of January at Albert Park. So make sure you write that down in your calendar. Make sure to tune in for that as well. Same time as we had today. So at 8 o'clock GMT plus 1. I have been Felix van Delft. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next round.
Hi everybody, and a warm welcome to our Wave Italy Professional Training Center. Passion, full dedication, professional competence are the key points that move me and my team day by day in the effort to deliver the best driving simulation experience. As many of you already know, our technical and R&D headquarters is in Maranello, the famous land of motorsport. But today we are in our location in Verona, where we created a new proposal for the training of professional pilots.
Nice to meet you. I am a professional racing driver and professional coach. I was kart world champion in endurance series, and I race and test many different racing cars, including Ferrari Formula 1. I have been working with simulators for years to improve my technique and to train a lot of talented drivers. Now I tell you what we can do for you. Here we have two professional simulators that can work together, so I can help you to simulate some different racing situations, as the start, overtaking different parts of the circuit, how to defend your position, and the most important, how to be consistent under pressure. With our know-how, we have developed the physical model of the vehicles with maximum accuracy. With this training, you will improve your skills and your sensitivity. Our tracks are in laser scan, and we also develop the different weather conditions. We can also work together with our live telemetry. I can watch many data and channels and tell you immediately what is fine and what you have to do better. You can train every day, and I look forward to passing you all my experience to help reach your best results. Remember, great results need hard training. I am ready, and you?
Okay then, thanks for your attention. We are ready to welcome you here. We do our best to have the champion of today and tomorrow. Ciao, and see you soon.
I know you've got a secret like a child, you wanna keep it, but your shiny eyes reveal the simple truth. Oh, I know
For only €5 a month, experience every high-definition moment on your TV, tablet, phone or PC. Great teams, great moments, and so much more. TSN from Melita is your ticket to stay in the game. Visit melita.com/sports.